Good evening and welcome to Scarredlands Dead Man's Rust. I think this week we've managed to overcome any technical issues. Hopefully we'll have a smoother start than we did last week. Might actually be finding my feet a little bit with these technical gremlins.
Twitchy has taken a week off. Praise be the technical gods.
So we are minus tonight, unfortunately, again, Liz, who's hoping to be back next week. She's taking a little bit of time out to take care of herself. So send a big love to Liz. We'll see you next week, hopefully. I'm Mark Langworthy, the creative lead over at Red Scar Publishing. Dead Man's Rust is brought to you by Red Scar and friends. We're running it on behalf of Onyx Path, who quite recently successfully funded the campaign. You can still join as late backers if you'd like to choose to. You can find me over on Twitter at KPLangers occasionally, although I don't tend to delve into the Twitterverse too often. Just hand over to Paco to introduce himself.
Hello, I am Paco from GMS Magazine. You might have seen me in some places. If you haven't, you have no idea what you're missing. And you can find me in Twitter at GMS Magazine and in Facebook as Paco Jaén. And I will give a prize to anybody who is not from Spanish or Hispanic descent who can pronounce that properly. And I play Pacandro, who is a manticore, that is a cat biped, who has some very serious issues with boundaries and is learning how to cope with mourning and death. And it's good fun. It's really good fun.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm one of the writing/technical gremlins deep in the bowels of Red Sky. You can find me on Twitter at Liberty Otter, where I talk about game design, other cool games that you should be playing, and various things that I find really cool. I've recently published some articles about the Black Die Society, which you should go and check out on Thursdays because woo, more Ravenloft. I'm not in it. I'm just very happy that it exists. And I am playing Captain Ethlyn Mahalas, a blood-corrupted Triton from the Blood Sea, who may or may not be a privateer, but it's fine because I have a warrant that says it's fine, and we're miles from the sea, so it's more of an aspiration. Technically, officer. Look at me. Look at these honest blood within blood eyes. And I'm a rogue. Tritons and my roguish archetype, the Bloodsea Pirate, are both available in the compiled version of Yugman's Guide to Gilspad, which I highly recommend because it also has a heritage system for Scarredlands.
Absolutely. Can I mention on the back of that, Alex, that the Yugman's Guide is actually 60% off over in Drive for RPG for the PDF at the moment. So well worth delving into that for some 5e treasures. Thanks, Alex. Handing over to Terry.
Hi, I'm Terry Morn. I'm a games arts lecturer and sometime artist for Red Scar. And I'm playing Gravleth, we think half orc. He's not so sure. He has the feels for it, but and he spends a lot of time asking certain people to dial back their divinity when they get ideas about their station. So I'm really looking forward to today's session and seeing what happens.
Yeah, thank you everybody, and welcome back from last week. Just kind of a really brief but extended recap. The team we figured out almost 3 months ago now, I think, Alex, when we first launched this. Agreed to escort Drudoki Bronzebeard from Leone, which is the kind of main hub of civilization for Pacandra's species, the Manticora, from a kind of special annual traditional bardic event there. They met Drudoki Bronzebeard and agreed to escort him home to his village. He's looking to retire back at his old dwarven village in the Broadreach Horizon, which is a region of the Scarredlands, the continent of Gilspad. So after many kind of false starts and explosions
and deaths, so much death,
and a ship voyage, we almost had a complete party wipe, which was
6 down 20s, Mark. 6.
I know.
Not that I was counting.
I know. Hey, like I say, I blame Foundry. So yeah, we had a very tragic night with 3 of the 4 of the characters being lost. So Bakandra's they're currently trying to work their way through that grief, and yeah, we've had some new and interesting additions to the party. Kind of a complete flip on the head of the previous setup we had, really, which could potentially give Gravlev a headache. But
I get to be a liability.
I get stoic.
So the group travelled by boat, have broken free of the Ganges, where the Retreat elves, the Wood elves, mainly reside, and they've actually reached the home of the Horse Clan, or the Horse Clan, who are the elves, a group of elves that live on the Broadreach horizon. Although you've yet to make your way to the village and introduce yourselves, because first you took some grave news to Ravana, who is the head of the Hollow Legionnaire entourage in the Broadreach horizon. So yeah, some rather disturbing news indeed that you took to her. I think that about covered it, and we just kind of left it that you were pretty much about to head in to the Horseland village.
Yes, I mean, she didn't seem to take the news as news per se. I got the feeling that she already had some suspicions that something was going on, but didn't want to believe it or didn't want anybody else to know. So yeah, we're heading towards seeing the elves. Find out if they can tell us anything that we don't know yet, which is likely because we don't know anything.
Yeah, she, like you say, Paco, Ravana clearly knows that something is afoot. She took the news about this kind of illness, this disease that you'd picked up on quite harshly, and she says that she has, the Hollow Legionnaires are essentially in the area to build diplomatic relations with the other species in and around the area, and hopefully kind of hold back any Titan spawn that might be in and around Hornshaw Forest, which is really near. You're kind of on the verge of. Is another huge forest which actually, during the Divine War, when the gods slew the Titans, was completely saturated in Mormo's blood. Mormo was the goddess of serpents, this huge titanic Medusa-like being, I guess. So when she was rent asunder, because that was the only way they could kind of bring her down, really, was just kind of rend her asunder and spread her viscera over, because she was undying in essence. A lot of her viscera ended up in the Hornshaw Forest and mutated and twisted it. So it's kind of its depths are haunted by these twisted Titan spawn that were literally touched by the gore of a Titan. So she's here as part of the Hollow Legionnaire kind of entourage, the group that are trying to help push back the kind of Titan spawn that are lingering in the area. And yeah, she kind of let on that she's hoping to have a meeting with the Horse Clan soon. She's had a number of her party disappear, and she's really hoping that you'll be there to kind of listen to it, and maybe hopefully help bridge some news with the elves. She suggested you might want to take up residence in the meantime in the Wayfarers Inn, which is the single inn inside the town.
Okay.
You're muted, Paco.
Sorry, I thought I wasn't. So, guys, do you think shall we just stay here for a bit until they come back and, I don't know, maybe go for a walk or something? Have a drink?
We should go for a walk to the tavern. I mean, the inn. I mean, the home of the community.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. So I take you both by the hand and say we can go together.
Wet, clammy, scaly skin.
You can tell me how you can stay out of the water so long, Mr. Fish, Captain Fish. Sorry.
Well, of course, there is the potential for Amalia to be there as well. She did say she'd hopefully meet you at the village.
That would be nice.
Just for the viewers, Amalia being Liz's character, but obviously she's away again tonight.
Okay, so let's go.
Heading to town. Let's get a drink.
No, I want milk. I think. What should I drink? Grafleth?
I don't drink.
No, but I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. What should I drink?
I hear that's something people drink.
Mead.
It's honey and things like that.
Try mead. Okay, let's try mead. Okay, let's go for mead. Who's going to pay? You pay. Okay, fine. Good.
I'm paying.
Something. Mead. So what's mead?
Right. Well, let's find this tavern then.
Yes, there's a natural path that Ravana, well, and some of the other Hollow Legionnaires, you ask around a little bit, and they point you back out onto the trail you're already following, and point you up towards the town, which is set in amongst the trees of a copse that you can see, and it seems like the only approach that you can see in and around at the moment. They just say, yeah, just head on into the trees. You'll soon see some of the elves there to greet you. Really, they're generally quite friendly. If you have any animals, be sure to present the animals to the clan. They're members of the beast clans of the Broadreach. And they have great respect, almost like a totemic respect for animals.
Captain Fish, do you qualify?
I was about to ask you the same, land cat.
I don't know. Maybe we should go and ask them. Maybe I will qualify, but I'm a person.
Maybe if we place you upon a plinth.
Okay.
Quietly.
Uh-huh. And then what?
Then we will find out.
Let's go and ask them if we are considered animals or people. I think we're considered people. I don't know you though, because you're a fish.
I'm a captain. I'm not a person.
Oh, okay. Then you must be an animal because if you're not a person, you're not a plant. You're not
No, I'm not a person. I'm a captain. I'm an officer.
Uh-huh.
I am one with my ship.
Well, not really, are you? Because you're away from your ship now. I mean, are you carrying it in your pocket or something?
Talk and move. Talk and move.
We are definitely talking and moving.
Okay. Okay, I can do that. I can talk and move at the same time. I can do two things. That's fine. You can do that. Just do it. Okay.
Yeah, so you head along the trail.
Yes.
You kind of curve into the trees, and you approach. You approach from the south, and you can see deeper into the trees. You can see an archway which seems to naturally grow from the trees, but you can see it's kind of natural growth and being grown to shape itself. Just prior to that, you see in a clearing off to the side, prior to the archway, you can see a tent, and you can see a couple of young elves dashing in and out of the tent or sprinting into the village. As you're approaching, one of the young elves dashes off into the village and another sprints out from town into the tent.
Is it a big?
So,
This tent, does it look like the tent where they do messaging, or does it have some sort of purpose other than just things coming in and out?
I mean, without speaking to the elves in the tent, you wouldn't really know. It looks, yeah, it doesn't look to be some sort of lookout post. Yeah, you're not entirely sure. You can see watchtowers, kind of just through the tree. They don't jut above the trees, but you can just see, you know, with your military mind, you know, and your order background, you can see the silhouette of a watchtower through the foliage. But this isn't that. It just looks like a
Yeah, I'm curious as to its function.
tent that seems to hold some elven youths.
Hmm. Curious. So I make my way over to the tent.
Yep. Yeah, a young female elf kind of springs to her feet from inside. She's dressed in you know, very natural colours, so browns and greens. Very workman-like clothing, so it's very practical. And she offers greeting in Elven.
Sorry, I do not speak your language. I am Gravlev of the Silver Order. What purpose does this tent have?
Ah, so you're limited to the common tongue.
No, I just said I didn't speak your tongue.
Touche. Well, this is the emissary tent, so we're here to meet and greet, essentially. Specifically, we're here to meet any animals we've been travelling with. So,
hello. Do I count as animal?
no, humanoid.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Captain Fish, I'm not an animal. What about my friend the
Just Captain!
fish? He's kind of a fish, but with captain in it. So is he an animal?
Looks like a triton to me.
So that's an animal.
No, I
Oh.
don't think either of you are animals.
So I think
How,
we've entered the fact that we don't have any animals.
how do you define an animal?
So look, if you have an animal, I can welcome it into the village and show it around, and you are welcome to tag along. But
We were told that there was an inn in your fine town. Would you mind pointing us in that direction? I find my patience is running dry.
yes,
Do
certainly.
you require an animal to get in? I mean, do I need to go and hunt a squirrel or something?
Just through the Willow Grove, as you enter the town square, you see a large structure which is the town hall, and then immediately to the right of the town hall is the Wayfarer's Inn.
My thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So there's nothing more you need from me. You have no animals that need a blessing, or you wish me to show around and introduce to other animals of our humble village?
No, we will leave you to your duties. Thank you very much. We are leaving.
You're welcome.
I
Right.
make a beeline for the inn as if it's the last watering hole in the desert.
Yeah.
I don't quite run, but the size of my strides is almost impressive.
You can see the immediate thing as you approach it as well. You can see horses roaming in amongst the trees. They look beautifully groomed, although they're all saddleless and tackless. But yeah, they're freely roaming in and out of the village, as in through the archway and out into the woods. Occasionally you'll see an elf riding bareback through the trees. Not quite at a gallop, but yeah, they go at a fair pace through the trees without too much concern. Just as you approach the archway, a pair of elves ride up, seemingly from out of nowhere. Just kind of emerge from the brush and scrub around you. Good afternoon.
Hi. Hello.
What?
You are elves.
We are indeed of the Beast Clans.
I'm not. I'm a person.
Could you make way? We have a person here in dire need of thirst.
Sorry?
We have a person here who needs to quench his thirst. Could we made entry, please?
Welcome to Equius.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome to take the Wayfarers in.
Okay.
Stay for as long as you wish, really. As long as you don't cause any trouble.
Mm.
And please just remember to respect any animals that you see living in the boundaries of the village.
So when you say animals, if I see a bee, is that it counts?
I'm already walking.
Yes,
Okay.
that is a creature of Denev, and we shall respect them.
Okay, so I should call her Lady Bee or something. Madam.
Part of me wants
Sir
to
Bee?
tell and say, what about a tapeworm?
Good question.
Well, you understand the cycle of bees, I guess. Perhaps not.
They fly, they go to flowers, they eat, they go back to the colonies.
Well, they gather honey and
Uh-huh.
the fruit of the flowers, and they transport to the other flowers, which then kind of propagates the cycle and creates other flowers as they move around.
That sounds weird.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't care, fine, whatever. I'm not gonna.
Nature is
I
a
don't- I
beautiful thing
don't-
if you took the time to study it.
I don't have time. But thank you anyway. I will be very respectful and I will, call them sir or madam. You want me to, or I will give them little names so I can always know what they're called. How about that? I can call them Jennifer or.
You may call them whatever you wish.
Okay,
It's them to
good.
respond.
Okay.
He raises his voice, and if you do have tapeworm, you may want to get that checked out. And the other one starts to snicker.
Okay. I'm going to have mead for the first time. Why don't you come with us and have mead?
Are you talking to the elf? Sorry.
Yeah.
We have to stand watch. I'm afraid it's part of our duties for today.
That's a shame. You're very nice.
Perhaps we'll see you there this evening.
I would like that. I am Pacandra. Nice to meet you.
I'm Korsha.
Very good to meet you, Kosha. You are nice for an elf. We were told that you were going to be very unpleasant, and they lied to us because you're all very nice so far.
Oh, believe me, we can be unpleasant.
No, don't bother. It's not fine. I like you nice. That's better to be nice. I try to be nice. I can be unpleasant too. I can throw fire through my fingers.
A mean feat.
Yeah, it's quite keen. It's better than arrow. I found out recently.
Could you ride a horse bareback, standing up through the trees?
I can try.
Well, perhaps that's something we'll put to the test one though.
Okay, yeah, that looks fun. I love that. I can climb trees, so I guess I could climb a horse, so if it doesn't move too much.
I think your friends are nearly at the inn.
Oh shit! Sorry. Yeah, I will have to go. Sorry. I'll see you later. Sorry.
Farewell.
Close the door, close the door, close the door!
So you make your way through a grove of willow trees, which essentially form the arch. A beautiful grove, which kind of in full leaf and bloom at the moment. And then behind them you see some totems, which are carved from natural elements, so whether it's rock or precious ore. But you actually see 4 shrines there dedicated to Denev, Corian, Madriel, and Tanil. So
There's a Corian one there.
there is indeed, yeah.
I'm going to have to pay my respects then.
So just for the viewers, if you're unaware of the Scarlands, Corian, Madriel, and Tanil are the three good gods. Corian is the lawful good, kind of god of justice, patron of the paladins. Madriel is the almost like archangel of healing. She's the neutral good god, who is also twin sister to Belsameth, who's the neutral evil goddess. Sorry. And yeah, Belsameth is bad news. And then you have Tanil, who is the chaotic good patroness of hunters. And Danev is the last remaining titan, who is the Mother Earth, essentially the spirit of Earth, the spirit of Skarn. So there are 4 shrines just the other side of the willow trees to those. Gravlef, I guess, takes a knee.
Yep. And do my rituals.
Yep. Malas and Bakandra, you see Gravlef take a knee. Begin a prayer to Corin.
I'm already making my way to the bar. If there isn't one, I may start building one.
I just go down to Gravlet's ear and say, "What are you doing?"
I finished my sentence in my head. I don't do it. You're aware of the gods, aren't you?
I know people say they exist, but I've never seen one.
Well, this one I really, really like.
Why?
That would be an ecumenical matter. Anyway, I feel that my life is in service of this god. So in order to pay respect to this god, there's some rituals that I do. And part of that involves speaking to him, reciting my rituals, reciting my odes, and being. You asked the question. I just gave you the answer.
I know, but I didn't think it was going to be such a boring answer. I thought it was going to... Anyway, have you ever met that god of yours?
Well, I hope not to in any time in the near future, put it that way.
Why? Isn't that meant to be a nice god that you worship, and they do give you gifts, and they say, "Yeah, you've done very well worshipping me, well done."
It's not a case of getting things for doing it. I mean, if we all went around doing things only because we get things in return, it wouldn't be a very nice world, would it? Sometimes we do things because we feel compelled to.
I feel compelled to eat and sleep.
Sometimes we do things purely and simply because we want to make other people's lives better.
But I want to make my dead friends' lives better by bringing them back to life because they don't have a life now. So I guess that's the same thing, isn't it?
In a roundabout way, yeah. It's
okay, well, I'll do. Look, are we going to go and have a meal or what?
I'm not stopping you.
Well, I want you to come with me, with my friends.
Okay. I take my sword out the ground, put it back in my...
I'll look after you.
And stand to my full height and follow Picandra back into the tavern.
I'm going to look after you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. My life is chaos.
Okay, let's go. You're going to have a meat too. I want strawberry meat.
Let's see what we've got.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
That's right. You lead the way.
You're very sweet. So I grabbed you by the hand and lead the way.
Right, so we enter the tavern, by which time Alexis is already pissed.
All the discussions taking place. What are you up to?
I've hopefully made it to the bar. And I'm hoping I'm at least 2 drinks in at this point.
You certainly can be, yep.
Yep.
The bar,
It's probably definitely after the first one. Just leave the bottle. Just it's only gonna hurt me. Just
the first thing you notice as you walk up behind in front of everybody is a lovely aroma of breads and sweet pastries drifting from the inn. You can see it looks very welcoming. Elves wandering out. So the actual the village itself is very, very sprawling in amongst the trees. Off to your west, you can see groups of tents. Just as you walk through the main Willow Grove and past the shrines, there's a huge town hall in front of you. In fact, it's the most vast building you've seen in an elven settlement before. You reckon you could fit a couple of thousand people under its eaves. It's vast, and then just to the side of that, kind of not it's in its shadow, but it's still a large building itself, is the inn, and then bending around kind of, so you're looking north straight towards the town hall and the inn, and then off to the east of them you see rows of stables. And sometimes horses are being kind of gently encouraged to take some food in there. Other times they're just being let out to go and roam and wander wherever they may. And then you can also hear just at the end of the stables, you can hear the cling and clank of what looks to be artisans' workshops. So there's like a smithy, an apothecary in there. But yeah, obviously you kind of absorb all that, but the smell of these breads and pastries leads your nose to the inn.
Needless to say, I greet every single horse that we find on the way with "Hello, Mr. Horse" or "Hello, Mrs. Mare."
Yeah. So you notice that the elves barely paying attention to as any elves that you see around, and there are a fair few actually. It seems to be a bustling hub, to be fair. Initially, they pay very little attention, but as they see you kind of showing your exuberant respect to the horses, one or two give you a nod of appreciation.
What was it? One or two elves or one or two horses?
One or two elves, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, and the horses as well, yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
But yeah, Malas, you make your way into the inn ahead of Pacandra and Graveth. It's a long, sprawling inn. You can see it's made from the woods of the trees around you. This aroma of the bread and pastries is kind of almost making your mouth drool. It's that nice. And as soon as you step in, you see behind the bar, which is a long, sprawling bar with various barrels behind it, and you can see the door to the kitchen behind that as well. It swings open as somebody comes out holding a tray of fresh bread. So there's an elf that wanders out holding a tray, but behind the bar is an orc. So he's got a massive mound of dreadlocked hair sprouting out. He's wearing a white shirt and a barkeep's apron, and he's happily chatting to the customers. And you can see another orc, another male orc, wandering around amongst the patrons that sat in and around the inn, serving drinks and chatting to people that aren't anywhere near the bar. And off to one side you can see a small stage as well, but it's currently empty.
cool. I'll approach the bar and inquire about rooms and how big of an entree of sweet pastries I can get in one here.
Yeah. So the orc manages to make his way to you.
Mm-hmm.
A Triton.
Malas, Captain, hello.
Zugsan. And he offers you a big meaty hand.
I shake it. I do not let go first. I did not become captain by letting go first.
He gives you a big toothy grin, and yeah, he kind of lets you win that one.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had a Triton. It's certainly not in my living memory of living in. I keep forgetting the Elvish name for the fish. Equus.
Well, I like to be memorable.
Indeed. He seems squinting his eyes a little bit, kind of as he takes a deeper peer into your eyes. Indeed. How can I help?
I've been informed by the camp outside that you potentially have rooms, and also if I could acquire a large tray of whatever smells very good and a large bottle of whatever's to hand, that would also be a huge help.
Wow. I'm happy to say we have the best bread in the Broadreach, and that's no boast. But you can certainly have a tray of breads and pastries, whether you'd like some cheese or meat to go with it. What is your poison?
What do you have? I basically go through the list and I go, and I'll have a bottle of that, a bottle of that, a bottle of that.
Well, yeah, we can do the rum. Strangely enough, although it's our last bottle, I might have to order some more from far afield. Can certainly serve you up some ale. Some more new customers. Oh, a Manticora.
Yeah, hold on to that feeling.
Hey, hello. I am
Hello, good afternoon.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Zugsan. Welcome to the Wayfarers Inn.
Okay, what do you do here?
Rent rooms and serve food and ale.
Okay, but are you the owner?
I am indeed.
Wow, you're very important.
Well, I say I am. Me and my husband are. Yes.
Oh, you're married.
Yes, twice. Luckily enough.
How wonderful. That's fantastic. Do you have children?
No, we do not. But hopefully at some time we can adopt.
I hope you can. Make them very happy. And me and my friend here, Grafalev, he's very quiet, but he's lovely. I like him very much. We want mead. Strawberry mead.
Mead we can do.
Yeah. What kind of mead? Do you have strawberry mead?
It's not often asked for. If you're around for a while, perhaps we can look to brew some.
A while.
We have honey mead, plenty of honey mead.
Oh, okay. Is that from the bees that go to the cells and make honey with the flowers?
Yes, indeed.
I've been explained how it works. It's fascinating.
Sometimes we even gather some nectar from the Garden of Living Memory.
Ooh, where's that?
Especially gathered by the elves themselves.
Where is it?
That's just off to the northwest.
Oh, we should go sometime. Maybe you can take us.
Well, I mean, you want to speak to the elves before you do. It's a very sacred place to them.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm sure they'll say yes because they're lovely. So far, the elves have been so nice to us. It's amazing. And we were told that they were going to be assholes, but they aren't really.
You see a few Malas and Gravlith on a pack hundred. You can see a few elven heads snap around at that.
And as they do, they say, "Hi, you're very nice."
They stoically turn back to their drinks.
So, okay, my friend and I want mead.
I can get you some mead.
No,
Thank you.
May I have milk, please, and straw?
Milk and a straw?
Yes.
What kind of orc are you?
I think he means
Wow.
mead.
Plus, Mark, just for the record,
Yeah.
takes his helmet off.
Okay. So you strolled into the village and the inn with your helmet on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's why they were acting so awkward in the emissary one. This heavily armoured, hulking mass with the helmet on. Just...
You can imagine the Mandalorian, but 2 foot taller, much shinier.
Okay, yeah, I've got that picture perfectly now, that's fine. And then he says, what kind of orc are you?
I'm actually not doing this in voice, but I'm actually quite pleased to see orcs because I have a burning question to ask any available orcs. I've not seen orcs for a while. I have a question to ask.
Yeah.
So, when everybody's kind of enjoying themselves and drinking their mead and that kind of stuff, I want to go up to one of the orcs and ask a question.
Okay, yeah, so, I mean, just to settle prices first, Zugsan confirms that room and board for the night is a gold piece per night. And then additional food and drink just come in at the normal cost that you'd out of the game, kind of find in the player's handbook.
Yep.
he provides you with a free kind of slab of sliced bread that they pre-sliced for you, and some cheese anyway. And his kind of statement about the bread is definitely not a boast. It's a beautiful bread. The ale, on the other hand, even you've tasted a bit better, Picandra, and you don't have that much experience with it yet. You're kind of like, ooh, yeah, they need to maybe work on their hops or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Is it very strong?
No, it's just there's something off about it, something bitter, something that makes you kind of like wince, like oof.
I thought this had honey in this, but it's bitter.
Well, we don't really have complaints around here.
But I thought it had honey. Why is it bitter?
It is honeymoon.
Is it meant to taste this bad?
Yeah, you know me, don't you, Malas?
Aye, fantastic! As I'm like dunking the bread in it and like dropping it in my mouth like I'm a snake and it's a mouse, just like having the time of my life.
Okay, I think I'm gonna
maybe wash it down with some of the rum that Malas has purchased.
Okay, I'll try.
Try the milk.
Try the milk.
Stop smiling.
So yeah, at that point you're free to grab an orc one of the orcs if you'd like to grab them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the bartender.
Yep, Zugsan, who's still working the bar.
My helmet on. First off, greetings, sir. I'm pleased to meet you. I've got a bit of an awkward question, and I wonder if you might be able to help.
I'm listening.
Is there somewhere we could talk very quickly private?
Yeah, sure. I'll just grab my husband to watch the bar.
It is greatly appreciated.
Atotia! And you see the orc that's out working the tables, delivering drinks, kind of waves his hand and heads over. Zugzan puts the apron on the bar. Yeah, let's grab a pew over near the window.
In a room somewhere, possibly.
Oh, okay. Should I be worried?
Of a personal nature. That's
Heavily armoured. Just turned up.
Well,
Hi, I need you alone.
Let's go into the pantry.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll walk into the pantry first, and I'll do that whole thing.
He takes you out for the kitchen. You see another orc as a chef out there working in the kitchen.
If it's another orc, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I just didn't want the elves and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Bearing in mind that Gravlev has spent all his time around humans. And he's seen what orcs look like, but he's not sure because he doesn't look like the stereotypical orc.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lift my helmet off, and obviously the white hair spills out down the back. And my ears appear to be a bit too long, and they're kind of like light grey rather than under the dark hues.
Yeah.
I turn around with my pointy teeth, and I ask him quite simply, "Am I an orc?"
You definitely have orc blood in you.
I don't know.
Why don't you think you're an orc?
Well, I don't look like you. I don't talk like you.
Not all orcs look the same.
I don't think like you.
We don't think like typical orcs, but we are orcs. Does it,
I've not known orcs.
do you need to say you're not an orc because you don't think like others expect you to act?
I just feel it inside. There's just something wrong. I think there's something different that I fight against every day. I have a savage nature within me, which I try my best to keep back. And I don't think it's not a natural savagery. It has an evilness to it, which I try to quench every day with my order and through my rituals. It just doesn't feel right. And I thought if I met an orc and tried to understand who they were and what they were, you seem to be perfectly reasonable, perfectly
Well,
nice,
you've probably
and
heard,
don't have technology within you.
you've probably heard the same as everybody else that, well, you know, you brought up on tales of orcs fighting on the side of the Titans during the Divine War, and
That was just a matter of choice. This isn't a matter of choice. This is something that feels like it's like tar that holds onto my heart. And
well, maybe it's the part of you that isn't an orc.
maybe.
Do you know who your parents were?
As far as I was concerned, my parents were human.
Were human?
Yeah. I was raised by humans.
Okay. So they've obviously given you good grounding in ethics. And you have your faith to bolster you.
I do.
I can see.
Very much so.
So then, continue to draw upon that faith. If you need answers, then try to find answers to who your parents were. But then, it may turn out that you don't enjoy turning that stone.
This is the conclusion. You don't go searching for something you don't need to know. But I thank you for your kindness. It's a question. I have to say I don't think I'm an orc. It just doesn't feel right. But whatever I am, and whatever purpose I have, I've made my own.
Well, do you need to define yourself by your ancestry? Clearly, you've already defined yourself by your faith and your service. So, all I can say is try to continue to do that.
Wise words. I thank you. And I hold my hand out to shake.
Yeah, he gives you a big handshake. And the other orc, the chef, comes over. You can see he's got a bit of tear in his eye, and he gives you both a big hug. So it's kind of like a big.
I'm having to get used to this hugging thing. It's not something I'm used to. So
Yeah.
Right. With that, I put my helmet back on. Thank them both kindly and leave quietly.
You can, as you're leaving, you can hear the chef talking to Zugson. He said, "See, I told you we'd do well with a little one." And obviously, remember the conversation outside with Pacandra about the adoption and kind of twigs that, yeah. Proud father moment.
I've already got adopted parents. I don't need any more.
So, Pacandra and Malas, you see Gravlef reappear. And then a few minutes later, Zugsan comes back up.
Hi. You're right, Susan.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Pacandra. I've kind of answered a few questions that you need to ask.
You were talking to those people. Are they okay?
Oh, fine. Finest of people. Good.
Nice.
Very good people.
That's good.
Give me a...
I think I need something stronger than milk. And I order a spritzer.
Give me, kind of as the murmur of the inn washes over you, and you sat enjoying the meal, grinning and bearing the mead. Just give me a DC 15 perception check.
Everyone?
Yep.
$17.
Oh, there you go. Just wait.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait for Foundry to catch up, hopefully, on the... It's picking up the window, but I can't see it.
Oh, sorry. Mine was... Yeah.
Yep.
Mine
So
was rubbish.
Malas has a 17, Gravlef has an 18.
And I had 12.
Pacandra had a 12. I think it's because I didn't have the capture
Maybe a
window,
shenanigans.
the capture
Yeah.
window open. Yeah, so I needed to open that for it to update the image on Streamlabs.
Twitchy.
Yeah, so like I say, you kind of just occasionally in your own little pieces of banter in amongst the meal, snatches of conversation drift through. Elves come and go. You hear a snatch of conversation where they're actually talking about some of the scouts being sent out, and the elders of the village moving the sentries to high alert, because it seems like some Mormo worshipping Titan spawn have been spotted nearby.
I go to the elves nearby.
Yeah.
And I said, excuse me, I have a question. You know those nasty Titan spawn things?
Yeah, there are a fair few.
Are they animals?
They can be, but they're not animals anymore, as you know or I know them.
So I don't have to respect them.
If they're, well, if you see a hornsaw unicorn, then no. I don't think it's going to respect you when it tries to impale you on its spiky horn.
That's the point, that they kill my friends. So I wouldn't, I'd rather not respect them.
And if you spot a blade beast and it comes charging at you and tries to snatch your blade out of your hand into its body, I think you might not want to respect that either.
Okay, I can do that. Thank you. You're very nice.
It's a pretty, I'd say it's a pretty clear line where that's concerned.
Okay. I think I'm starting to get the distinction between animal and person and non-welcome kind of death spawn animal.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Whilst Bakandra's off doing their thing, I'll take the opportunity to just ask Grandfather, how did you start traveling with Bakandra, and were they always so much?
Literally met him on the road. Was won over by his wonderful personality and his sparkling conversation, and just decided to follow along.
I knew we'd get one.
Traveler's confused. This one is confused.
Is Judoku with us, or has he gone off to do his own thing?
That just popped into my head then, so he must have kind of telegraphed it to you. Yeah, he swigs back his one more mead. He's been quite quiet since you walked into Equius as well. Rather solemn. So he knocks back this mead and right, wipes his beard. I've got a business to attend to, so yeah, there's that.
You're going to sit down about a horse?
Ha ha ha.
No, for the cart.
No, we have a donkey. Why don't we need a horse?
It's faster, stronger.
Anyway, you know where we are. We will leave you to your business.
Yeah, I'll be back.
I
just respect that I'm going off to see somebody that I know here, and I'll be back shortly.
Hope you have a good time.
Oh, I don't know. It's an old friend I'm catching up with from the Broad Reach. Yeah. See you shortly.
Okay.
He wanders off with a frown on his face.
Turn back to Gravleth, and same with Drodoki.
I'm not so sure about the dwarf. He seems like an honest fellow. What can I say?
You know what they say about bards.
More deepest regards.
That they're wonderful. But life is never dull when they're around. And there's just like a moment of Mahalis trying to think, I must be rusty on my small talk that I remembered. Shmi was really pulling their weight before they tragically died.
I do appreciate your conversation. I'm not the most eloquent of people.
Oh, I'm surprised you can hear me in your Fortress of Solitude. Must be a skill you've acquired over many years.
There is a reason. He looks off into the middle distance as the kind of Vietnam stare.
How much of the Vietnam stare can I... What kind of helmet is it? Because can I see the stare? Or is it just... It moves slightly and there's just...
With a T shape. So you
okay. I can't see the eyes. Okay. Just the awkward thing of, is he asleep or is he being dramatic? I can't tell.
Do you have kind of extended bits for your ears so they're not so
squished? My ear kind of shoved out the side. And you can see the white hair popping out the back.
Awesome. Okay, I need a picture of this for next game, Terry.
Yeah. It's like if you...
A sketch. I need a sketch of this for next game.
Yeah. With or without bin lid.
Yeah. I definitely want to see the bin lid.
Count Binface's nephew.
So as you're walking away from the elves, Picandra, you hear them like, yeah, I'm telling you, if I see any of those Mormon worshippers, I'm not giving them any quarter. I'm just going to murder them where they stand.
I actually pay attention to that quietly and without actually interrupting them and see if I can find out what else, why.
I've got a question, Andrew. You know that little figurine? Disappeared. Was that a no figure? Was it? So those is I have in my bag might be something to do with her cultists or something?
I don't know. I don't think I want to ask them. I'm kind of scared now.
Oh, you're whispering because it's a secret.
Yes.
Right. You need to find out. This feels bad.
I tell you what, I'm going to do something. Just wait here.
Okay.
But not too far away.
Stay here.
So I go to the nearest elf.
Yep.
Hi, you're an elf.
I am, and you're a manticora.
Yes, exactly. I'm a person. So I've been told I'm not an animal. So anyway, I need to ask you a question for a friend. It's not for me. It's for a friend. It's nothing to do with me. So I want you to understand that. If I found somewhere a skull with two very large emeralds where their eyes should be, would that be bad?
I have no idea. What type of skull is it?
A human skull? No, well, I guess no. It's a kind of a human. It could be an elvish character, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, asking for a friend.
Yeah, I don't have it.
I don't really know too much about things like that. You might want to speak to somebody who would have knowledge of that kind of thing, or maybe speak to the elders if you can get an audience.
Okay. Maybe I should tell my friend that perhaps it's not a good idea to talk about this. What do you think?
I don't think I'm the person to give you that kind of advice.
Oh, you're being so nice. I mean, cryptic, but nice. So I'm okay with that.
I can tell you how to look after most animals, how to groom a horse. Yeah, but
maybe tomorrow you can tell me all of those things another day.
if you're willing to learn.
I maybe. Let me talk to my friends about it. Where do I find the elders?
Well, they are convening. There's a town hall meeting convening tomorrow.
Do you know that the Hollow Legionnaires are dying? I don't want them to die.
I did not.
Mark, how much of this can we hear?
All of it.
I'm gonna
Okay, my ears have definitely picked up at the mention of emeralds.
Yeah.
And then kind of I start mouthing to Gravleth when they start mentioning Hollow Legionnaires. We should go.
go over and make our excuses.
Oh, Macandra, that meat's really gone to your head, isn't it? Come and have a sit down. We'll get you some water. Terribly sorry that they are bothering you.
That's true. I feel very tall all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I look at the elves again. I've never had meat before. It tastes awful, but I kind of feel like my head is on top of a tree or something, but my body isn't. Is that normal?
It means it's working,
Yeah,
yes.
Just kind of sat nursing his beer now with one eyebrow raised, looking at you.
Is it normal? It makes you sleepy.
I kind of hand Macandra off to Gravler to deal with, and just terribly sorry, and just leave a silver on this poor elf's table of just terribly sorry.
Bye, nice elves. I love
Terribly
you.
sorry. They're not part of my crew. This is not how I operate. Have a pleasant evening.
Bye, Captain Fish. I like you.
Maleth or Captain. It's one of two words.
Is it true what they said about the Hollow Legionnaires?
Why? What do they say about the Hollow Legionnaires?
They're dying?
I don't know. I kind of look to Macandra and go, would you listen to them?
I think they are, because my friend died and he was a Hollow Legionnaire and I loved him so much. I miss him. I miss my friend.
Did he?
And I hugged
Pattern move.
Well, aren't we all kind of dying on the inside, or and on the outside?
He picks up the silver cord and nods to you. Shifts a bit nervously in his seat, stands up and leaves.
Good man.
There's definitely a glance over his shoulder as he leaves the inn as well.
I lock eyes with him.
On the table.
And pretty much as soon as we get to the table, I just put my head on Gravelet's lap and I fall asleep.
Yeah.
I just do. I'm gone.
So you just gather from the chit chat. There is a meeting mid-morning on the morrow. It's up to you what you'd like to do.
Gravler, what are we going to do about this? I just pointing to Macandra.
Well, then, I think it's part of our charge now, isn't it?
I did not sign on for that.
Well, it's part of my charge then. I'm going to have to.
Right, there we go. Right.
Luke sounds like, put them near the fire. They'll be okay. They'll curl up.
Have we not got rooms?
If we've got, I've got a room. I don't know if they've got a room.
I did pay for one, so I assume that we have one.
Well, look, I can get the fire stoked up for you, and then you can put them upstairs.
Very kind of you.
Farmer's carry. Farmer's carry up the stairs. I don't need to sleep in the bed. He can have it. But if he's asleep, it does give me an opportunity to take this bloody helmet off.
And just breathe. My intent for the rest of the evening is that I drink, I eat. I do pop out to the artisan quarter and make inquiries about getting my spyglass repaired. It's got all Shmee's blood on it in the lens, so it's kind of...
Yeah.
I want to have him close with me all the time, but that's a bit much.
Yeah, certainly. But certainly live with us. It's going to take a day or two to get the components together.
Yeah, that's fine. Just be careful with the case. And like I pointed to like some of the big scratches. We've got a history, and I like it the way it is. I just want it to work. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Take care. It's in safe hands.
I'm going to sit vigil over Picandra and read my book and sharpen my sword and lay all my stuff out my kit bag and then put it all back in again and disassemble my sword, reassemble it, polish my greaves.
The Paladin Shuffle. I will keep an ear out while I'm out in the Artisan Quarter if there's any odd things happening in town beyond the cultists and the meeting and the Hollow Legionnaires and everything else.
Yeah. And
I am very generous with the drink. I do drink copiously, but I do also share it out with people. Yeah, I probably end up singing a sea shanty round about midnight.
I mean, the inn stays, it stays fairly steadily busy throughout the day, and it's the evening. It's people drift and go, and there's no particular busy period. It just seems to stay constantly ticking over, which is quite nice. You certainly have a good drink with some of the elves. Doki reappears in the evening, looking even more surlier if possible.
Good Doki, you have questions and I have the answers as I put a bottle down. It's in the bottom of that.
No questions tonight. I'm off to bed, lad.
All right.
Yeah, he's quite blunt. Just pass the night away peacefully, really. There's no entertainment tonight. It seems like the stage remains empty, and it gets to kind of 11:30 midnight. The hearth's starting to burn low, and Zugstan's like, I think we need to start closing up.
I will retire. Thank you very much for your hospitality, and I will see you in the morning. Please don't wake me up.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you wanted to make it to the meeting.
My companions, a captain must delegate.
Understood.
And I, with a practice shuffle, kind of tactically bounce off the walls into my room.
So morning rolls around, Gravleth.
Yeah, I'm up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, it's an undisturbed night.
Do my morning rituals. Take my vitamins. Say my prayers. I will check on Picandra, not to wake him, just to see that he's still breathing. Not know what the effect of me having on him. And then I will break my fast.
Picandra, you waking up to break your fast also?
Oh, my head. Oh, everything hurts. Oh, my God. What did you give me last night? Oh, the light is so bright. Oh, good heavens.
I think you need a restorative, my friend.
Oh, I cast heal cure light wounds on me or something.
Urge poison.
Aggressive abuse of power.
Everything hurts. Why does it hurt so much?
Right. Might I suggest you collect yourself and I will see you downstairs.
Oh.
Some nuts and some boiled oats. Let's sort you out. A bit of sugar, a bit of salt, a bit of water.
Yeah, it's a very enjoyable breakfast. Again, you've got breads, sweet pastries, meats, anything that you prefer. More milk also is on hand. A few elves in and out again. So you can see a lot of the elves mark themselves with tattoos to indicate some sort of allegiance. In this particular village, you see lots of horseshoes, hearts, and lightning bolts.
We did hear about this before, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Drodoki lets you know that it's actually the beast clans as a whole are spread out in villages. The horse clan village you're in, Equus, is kind of like the hub of it. The horse clan are the kind of entrusted with the safety of the entirety of the beast clans. So they're considered the elder clan of the beast clans, and the tattoos are like their tribal markings to indicate which clan they're currently part of, because family for them can change and go. They might be drawn towards one beast clan at a particular time.
So it's not like an order then when you kind of speak of.
No, and it's like I said, it's very totemic for them. So the horse clan primarily look after and care for horses. Treat them as these very spiritual beings that they in many ways you see them, the horses of the village, getting treated better than yourselves as visitors. So Drodoki kind of assures you it's the same that, amongst the other villages where they have these other totem animals that they're named after. That's there. So you have like the bear clan. You've got like
Weasel clan.
The bee clan. There is the bee clan.
Badger.
I don't think there's a badger clan.
Marmot. Possum.
Wasp.
I'll check if there was a wasp. There is so much information in this campaign book. It's unbelievable. And kind of just for yourselves and the viewers, I gave you a little story hook in the form of the Mormo tidbit there. Each clan has so many seeds and whispers and story hooks in amongst them. It's incredible. You could have years and years of play with this campaign book.
It's less of a campaign and more of like a region book in many ways, just here is everything about this region, and you can quite happily adventure here for 10 levels.
It's jam-packed full of information and seeds, and it's brilliant. No, there is no wasp clan actually. There is a unicorn clan, a wolf clan. I had flash of BattleTech then, sorry. Yeah, loads. Ivy. He's a Fruitbat clan. And you see another. Sorry.
How do we deal with rats?
The rat clan.
No, how do we deal with them? I mean, obviously you don't want them in the grand stress, so how do they deal with them?
They have the Pied Piper of Broadreach. They work with the rats basically and encourage them to live cleanly. They're not unsanitary themselves, the elves, so they'll be sorry.
Sorry, that was clerical humour. I apologise.
No, you might cut out. Sorry, I didn't hear it.
I said they send them a strong letter of disapproval.
Yes.
So what time's this meeting today?
Late morning, so towards noon.
So we've got time to kind of do some things before that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's you're up at the kind of crack of dawn, 6. Well, this time of year it's like 5:30.
Like grapes and porridge. As Pacandra's not made an appearance, I'm going to take some stuff up to him. Get him some fruit juice and some fruits and some bread.
I thought you wanted done, didn't you, Pacandra?
I thought he was still.
I was trying to myself. My mouth tastes horrible. What did I eat last night? Can you remember what I ate last night, Gravleth?
I think most of it was in liquid form, Pacandra.
I'm not drinking again. You brought me breakfast.
I did, yes.
Oh, you're so lovely.
It's fruits, nuts, salt and sugars, and water is what your body needs right now to kind of replace everything you've expunged.
I'm sure that under all that helmet, you're just a bundle of love.
I try to be.
What?
I said I try to be.
Oh, I hope you.
So help me, it's very difficult sometimes.
I know, but that's the thing. But you do what you must, and that's why you're my friend. Because I only have amazing friends, and you're getting to be very amazing to me. And I start to eat while I keep talking and saying nice things about you.
It takes a while to get there, but he eventually does what he's supposed to be doing. Right. Well, I wait for you to finish, and then I'll take the dishes back down.
You're very nice. I gotta go. So anyway, I eat and I say how nice you are, and how great you are, and you'll never be done with, but you are, still Gravelith, and that's very good too.
Well, that's very good.
Friends.
Right, I better take these dishes down before we get ready.
Okay.
Dradoki's down there eating as you return downstairs.
Yep. Has anyone woken Malice yet?
Nope.
No.
But I take it we're going to support Ravana at the meeting today.
See.
I mean, who's going to wake him then?
I'll go. I have an idea.
Are you sure?
Well, he's the fish, so he must like water. So if I wake him up with water, then he should be fine. Isn't it?
Yeah, I can get you some nice fresh cold water from the stream or the well, which draws.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That'd be very nice.
I'm all do. You don't have to get a whole bucket. Just a wet flap. You don't. The poor fellow. Don't fill a whole bucket of water in his head.
No, I'm not. You just. Why don't you come with me and you watch what I'm going to do? Because you may need to do it at some point in the future.
I may need to stand between you and him when you do it.
I don't think
This is
so.
what you're saying, isn't it?
No,
So,
look, I
hand you a big bucket of water that's sloshing over the sides with.
I would go with the water into
I
his bedroom.
disagree.
Oh, you'll need his room key.
Just saying.
You'll need his room key.
I'm going to let you do it, but I disapprove.
I don't think you really disapprove when you try to stop me. That's what paladins do. So I think you secretly like what I'm going to do.
As a science experiment, I'm willing to see the reaction. Because for every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. I'm just waiting to see what the reaction is going to be.
Okay.
On purely a scientific basis.
Okay, let's try this a little bit then. Okay, so I get hopefully do I get the key?
Yes, he hands you the key. Yeah, give you a big
Okay.
grin as he does so.
I try to open very stealthily.
Give me a stealth check.
EVP.
Well, what's your passive perception, Malas?
9.
Okay, I'm gonna give you advantage, Pacandra, because Malas had a rather lot of drink last night, so.
Years of practice.
Okay, 15 stealth.
Yep, yeah, you crack the door open with barely a creak from the hinges.
So Malus has fallen face first into the bed. One of the arms is like over the headboard, still clutching a bottle. Completely dressed, complete with boots still on. The hat's kind of like over the top of their head.
Now, we've switched characters. That sounds like Doviv.
Okay, has he got any scarves or any kind of garments anywhere near?
They're wearing most of theirs. There's probably they've taken the hood off probably, so they've got like the red head wrap that's over the corner of the bed.
I dip that into the cold water to soak it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then very gently and very lovingly, I put it around his neck. So the freshness and the coolness of the morning kind of invades his body slowly and gently.
Okay.
I have to make a wisdom save because I've got a feature.
Go for it.
9. That's not good. We are in danger.
Would you like to tell us what happened, Malas?
So Malas springs into action, swinging the bottle around in a wide motion, hisses, baring their teeth, and just reflexively lashes out with their talons. The normally wide eyes are kind of narrowed as it kind of bares its teeth as this rage overcomes them.
Do we have to roll initiative at this point so I can dive in front of the counter?
We can certainly do that.
There we go. We were joking that if we did PvP, Mark doesn't have to roll dice, so we're all safe. Can you do a new combat, Mark, in Foundry?
Okay.
And then we can do the thing.
I need to go to...
Or do you want me to do it?
It's cool. I was on the Ghost account. I need to go to the main account.
Okay. Cool. There we go. So if you go to the little fist icon, gang, and click the D20, it will roll initiative for you.
They should be coming through. Oh.
Luckily, Gravlet's going first.
So before we get too far into this, it's 8:30. We are halfway through our stream because we actually managed to successfully start on time without any gremlins today. Woohoo.
We've said gremlins too many times. We're never coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, well, fingers crossed, hopefully. We're going to take a short break, viewers. Between 10-15 minutes. We'll see you once we return to get into...
Whilst we're on break, do you know what you can do? You can go and check Red Sky Gaming out on Twitter. We have regular dev talks where we have members of the gaming community to go and talk about the new projects. One of the projects that people have talked about is Into the Motherlands, which is currently live on Kickstarter. Go and check it out.
And don't forget to check out Hellboy RPG.
Yes, indeed.
Reset the clock!
And Dragonlance.
And don't forget the all-important question of why 5e.
Indeed.
We'll see you shortly, viewers. That's a bit of an in-house joke, sorry. We'll see you shortly, viewers. I need to swap to this one. Change the break.
All of the screens.
we are back, everybody. Sorry for the slightly extended break. We have a new animal to introduce to the horse clan here. Say hello, stream mascot.
He's eating me now. He's trying to eat me. I'm biting the computer.
Dad, it's my time.
Yes.
Go.
So as we left for the break, we had just seen Pakandra wake up Malas, who woke up with red rimmed eyes, redder than usual, and a slightly angry lilt to his voice. Gravlef, you did manage to gain the initiative.
I did, yes. This is going to be a bit unorthodox, but I'm going to quickly remove my helmet and shout catch and throw it to him. So hopefully between him seeing my visage for the first time and the order to actually catch something, which most people do instinctively, that will kind of just completely change the situation. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw my helmet towards it, not at him, but towards him, and shout catch.
So, well, I mean, you could describe yourself to the viewers and the group again.
Here we go. Right. He has light grey skin. He's got a very angular face. He does have the old pointy orky teeth from the bottom up. He has a very long nose and very long ears and quite a long nose. Apart from that, all the hair on his face is silver. And he doesn't look like a half-orc at all, to be honest with you. I mean, there's orcish features to him. There's also elvish features to him. It doesn't seem quite right. But the most notable thing of him is kind of the Elric-type long white hair, or long white mane that he has, which kind of falls down as he removes the helmet and throws it towards us. So,
Am I able to catch the helmet, GM?
checking the bin.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Even in your kind of hazy...
I think it's the reflex of, like, is it about to explode? No, better catch it and throw it back. Just...
Yeah. Yeah, you managed to snatch it out of the air, even in your hazy, hungover state.
Okay.
And you catch, like I say, great. You see.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Do not ever give me water.
But
Ever.
you.
Ever.
But I thought that.
Ever.
I'll make a note.
Next time you touch my gills, you won't have hands to reach.
Okay.
Look at me. Look into my eyes. Look.
Sorry.
I will. And then I dropped the helmet on thing. Pull my coat down.
I'm gonna move
I'm sorry.
in front of the camera.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be nice.
Next time I want to speak to you, I will look at you. I then turn to Gravlef. Now I am talking to Gravlef. Are we in time for the meeting?
We're in time to get you another beer.
Fantastic. That is the correct answer. Look to Pakandra. That is the correct answer.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be nice to you.
Pacandra's going to buy you the beer.
You know what? I take it back. That is the right answer. Bonus point to answer.
I don't know if I have any money.
I kind of palm him a gold coin. You're going to buy him the beer, aren't you, Pacandra?
But I don't know if I have any money.
No, I'm kind of behind my back. I'm holding a gold coin in my fingers.
Listen, Malas. And I hold your hand. I didn't mean to upset you. I just wanted you to wake up nice and fresh so you could face the day in the best possible way. And they thought I was going to throw the bucket at you, and I didn't, and I could have.
Andra?
So it was nice.
You seem to be under the misunderstanding that I'm listening. I'm not.
You are, because you're answering me.
I'm not listening. I'm waiting.
I hold my hands up. Right, let's go and get this beer.
Shall we go and get my beer? So your beer?
Go and get
Because I don't want beer anymore.
Now you have my attention.
the only word I want to hear from now on until we get downstairs is the word beer.
I tell you one thing.
No, beer.
To make up to you, from now on, I am never going to drink beer again, but I'm going to give you all the beers that if I drank beer, I would have drunk. So you're going to drink all the beers in my life to make it up to you.
Andra, now I'm listening.
See, you do listen to me. You like
I
it.
heard the
Let's
word
go.
beer and oh god.
I think you secretly like me a lot. So let's go downstairs and you can have a beer and I can have some milk, which is nicer.
I'll put my bin lid back on. We're going back downstairs.
Back into solitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you all gather in the main room of the inn. The hearth's still burning low from last night. Zugsan happily brings you more bread, more sweet pastries.
3 beers, please.
More nuts, more berries, and 3 beers, 3 mead.
And I put them all in front of him, all 3 of them in front of him.
I cut the bread and I cut the pastries and then similarly dunk them into one. I not quite down the second one, but it goes down surprisingly quick.
Better.
And you will be able to see that Malice's facial structure is a bit different. It's less round. The skin is kind of tauter across the skeletal structure. The arms are still unnervingly long, but they're a bit more slight. Better. Oh.
So we won't be doing that again, will we?
Looks at the Kandra. Will we?
I don't think so. I don't think that went as I thought it was going to go. It could have gone better, I think. I mean, it wasn't disastrous, because if it had been disastrous, then...
The day is young.
No, but that's fine. It can get older later. But if it had gone disastrous, then you would have killed Graflev, and that would be really bad, because then I would lose another friend. I don't want to lose another friend. I've lost enough. And I think we have established that you like me, which is very good for this early in the morning.
I'm thinking Corian sent these guys here to test me. And I just...
Even Drodoki kind of, in his surly mood, gives a small chuckle at that. Is anybody particularly wanting to do anything before the meeting?
My spyglass isn't going to get fixed for a couple of days. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. You will also note that Malice is wearing boots that actually cover their toes now, rather than having them sticking out with the talons.
Can I order a packet of dried nuts and nuts and dried berries and fruits from the tavern to take with me?
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, you know it's... Yeah, that's fine.
I will, in a kind of quiet moment, probably when we're outside, try and have a conversation with Gravlev. But unless there's an immediate fire, or I'm met by a score of children saying that something awful has happened, Malice is taking it slow.
You see, eventually, as you kind of head outside and take in the village again, you see some elves preparing, grooming horses and preparing to head off into the forest by the looks of it. And around about mid-morning, Ravana enters the village. She comes in with a couple of other Hollow Legionnaires in tow. There's a Hollow Legionnaire who's in like a Romanesque toga, so they're not actually in any sort of arms or armour. And there's a halfling with them as well.
Gravlev, what are we hoping to get out of this meeting again? I mean, I know, but remind me.
I think the long and short of it is the Hollow people, Knights, the Legion, have an issue that they are losing people. We have this issue with the river and the blood. We also have this issue around the figurine that we found and the bandits that were taking sashes, which we need answers to, and the proliferation of undead in the region as well. So several things that need to be discussed.
All right. Well, I'll for you to talk on my behalf. Just don't promise that I'm going to. Just don't promise me to anything.
You come and go as your free will.
Well, yes.
And each have our own tasks. I mean, Picandra's still linked to Tradoki in terms of kind of getting him home. So I might help out with that. But obviously my first call and the thing that I'm most interested in is this proliferation of undead, which needs to stop. It's abhorrent and it can't be left to go on.
Yeah, your body's number one concern. Yeah, I can see that. Very noble.
So we better go and meet this Riban.
Again.
Yeah.
Picandra, I call out.
Hi.
Maybe it's time.
For what?
Go and meet the blue people.
Oh, nice. The Hollow Legionnaires. I hope they don't die.
Where you are going to be very quiet.
Why?
Because I do not intend to die because a Manticora has to tell the Legionnaire that they're going to die and can they follow them into the woods.
Why would they kill me for telling them that they're about to die? That's nothing to do with me. I'm not going to kill them. I love them.
I would ask you though, Picandra, this time don't proclaim your godhood again. It just kind of upsets me.
I've repressed that.
I don't want to upset you. You're my friend. I love you.
Just
don't talk.
By the way, you're very handsome. Without your helmet. With your helmet, I can see you.
Not the reaction I was expecting. Thank you, Picandra, but
one day I'm going to give you some rings that you can put in your tusk so they look beautiful.
You wasted your money on something else, to be honest.
No, it will be something I find. Don't worry. I'm not going to spend money.
I mean, with the helmet, he would know they were there.
Anyway, I'm going to be very quiet. I'm only going to say appropriate things.
And can I make a point as well?
Uh-huh.
I don't think halflings like being pointed at and stared. So try to avoid that as well.
Or referred to as half people, little children, little folk, cannibals.
Are they?
No, but that's why they get angry if you call them it.
Oh, okay, fine. I will just ask them for their name. and then ask them if they want to come with us, adventuring and be friends with me.
We don't know where we're going yet, Pagandra. I mean, we don't know what the outcome of this meeting is going to be.
Okay.
Like I say, you've still got a bond with Hugo. I can't say the guy's name.
Sudoku.
You can call him Sudoku. That's fine. I could call him Sudoku, and it's fine.
Unless you're trying to catch Ravana before the meeting starts. I don't know if you want to speak to her before she ends.
I think we probably need to, because I don't think we discussed. I don't want to reveal the sashes in the meeting. I think she needs to kind of have a nice file on those first.
Do you remember, didn't you mention that you had like a totem of a fallen one?
That's no longer with us.
Okay. Very well.
I threw it to the ground. Someone else picked it up.
All right. Okay. But yeah, it might be worth mentioning. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go and say hello and well met to our new compadre. Shall I lead the way? Seeing that you're both slightly worse for wear this morning.
Ravana, yeah, like I say, she has the handful. You noticed Tyron, who's the one of the Hollow Legionnaires you met previously at the encampment. She has a couple more guards. This very officious-looking Hollow Legionnaire, and the halfling. And she nods as you approach, looking just as serious as she did previously.
Well met.
Good morrow.
There's something I want to bring to your attention before we go into the meeting. I think it's kind of maybe important. You may not. On our way here, we came across what appeared to be a series of bandits who were kind of taking things from the road. We followed them to a point. They left a hiding place in a rock. We investigated, and I pulled the sashes out the bag, the bloodstained sashes, with the different markings on it, different kind of. We found these. I assume, I don't know what their intent is. They evaded us, but they did have a figurine with them, which concerns me. And the figurine was Morwu. Now, I'm starting to draw conclusions in my head, being paranoid as I am, that Morwu may have something to kind of do with not only the disappearances in woods, potentially the rivers of blood, but also this affliction is affecting more people. What would you have to say to that?
Well, I mean, everybody understands that Mormu was slain during the Divine War, so I guess you're saying that worshippers of hers may have something to do with it.
Well, there is a resurgence, isn't there? There's a resurgence of undead. There's a lot strange going on. There's murders. There's these sashes. There's bad life across the land. And there's your current situation as well. I mean, I'm not a gambling man by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd be happy to kind of put money on the fact that these things are all connected.
Well, yeah. I mean, fate does seem to be connecting certain circumstances together. I don't know. It's that weird at the moment. We're not willing to discount anything. If it leads to a clue as to what's happening. All I can ask is that you present your evidence at the meeting that we hold. Hopefully we can entreat the Broadreach elves to help us investigate this matter.
How much help do you think they're actually going to be, and what is your line in terms of kind of dealing with them in terms of forming an alliance? Is there anything we should be wary of? Anything topics we should have?
There are all sorts of internal politics within the Beast Clan elves, and they're very wary of outsiders. We've barely made kind of diplomatic foundations with them, really. I'm not expecting too much, but at least we'll make them aware of our plight. If they can offer us any help, or somebody can give us assistance with this matter, then that's the most I can hope for, really.
Is there anyone we should be aware of in terms of what might be more likely to acquiesce to your agreements or less likely to acquiesce to your agreements?
Really, it's about earning honour with the different clans. As much as the horse clans are, or the horse clan are the leaders of the beast clans, they still have a kind of democracy between themselves and the other beast clans. So it depends what the other elders of the plenty of elders have gathered today from the other clans, but it depends.
Can I make a suggestion to you? I don't know how quickly you can arrange this, but maybe bringing them an animal of some description as a gift.
What do you suggest?
Well, we've got some fine war horses.
We do.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
I'm just making a suggestion. I'm not telling you, but it could grease the wheels of diplomacy, if you know what I mean.
I'll take it into consideration. Yeah, I'm not sure how they'd receive that type of gift.
Oh, you can but offer.
Indeed. Well, like I say, if I can just hopefully rely on you to speak up during the meeting when prompted, just to present the tale of your journey and your findings, then all we can do is really see how it unfolds.
Okay. I open the floor for the other guys.
Anybody else have anything?
I resist the urge to say I've been said none of this. I'm just passing through. But I resist the urge to say anything and just kind of nod. I believe Gravleth is very efficient at conveying the points summarised.
I only want to say that I've been asked to be very, very quiet, but I would like to meet the halfling.
Sorry, say that again, Paco.
I've been told to be very, very quiet, so I'm not going to say anything because then I wouldn't be quiet, and they, especially Grafflet, would be very upset, and I don't want to upset him because he's my friend and he's very handsome. But I would like to meet the halfling and say hi.
Yeah, the halfling gives you a warm and welcoming nod.
Hello. I would like to meet you sometime, please. Later, perhaps we can have a chat sometimes, and I can ask you some questions, please.
He's actually a middle-aged looking halfling, as halflings go. He's got a silver chain with some spectacles hanging down. He's holding a ledger. You can see ink stains on his fingers. Looks rather bookish.
So you
certainly, I've rarely met any of your species. I'm sure we could have a rather warm and friendly chat.
I love that. You look very nerdy.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is. Because we don't have very many nerdy people in town. And when you talk to any of the very few that we have, they can talk for ages about all sorts of really fascinating stuff. And I like that a lot because I've learned many things. Like I have learned that snakes lay eggs. I didn't know that before. But someone told me that. And that was very good to know because then I can make an omelette with snake eggs if I find some.
bottles back out, long swigs.
That would be fantastic.
But anyway,
I deal in
sorry, I've been
facts,
talking
so
with quiet.
I deal in
Sorry,
facts. I wouldn't call myself a nerd. I deal in facts and evidence, and that's what I'm here to present today.
Okay, well, I look forward to meeting you, sir. My name is Bakandra. Nice to meet you.
I am Rindle.
Who?
Rindle.
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 Rindle. I won't remember that, but I will try. Thank you, Rindle. You're very nice. This is my friend,
Yes.
Grafleth. He has a helmet, but behind the helmet, he's quite handsome.
I caught his name when he introduced himself to Ravana.
He's lovely. He loves me very much. And I love him very much too.
And we were going because they have a meeting to organise.
Sorry. And I was meant to be quiet. I'm sorry.
It appears the elves are making their way into the town hall if we also follow. And you can see elves are kind of appearing out of the trees around the various houses, just kind of appearing out of different places really. And it's really, although you understand the size of the town hall and how many citizens it can hold, it kind of as the more and more of the elves appear out of the village around you, it really strikes home that how many there are here. You know, a good few thousand, you reckon? Yeah.
Wow.
A lot. And they're all slowly streaming in dribs and drabs towards the village hall.
I think what we'll do is we'll follow in with the Hollow Legion retinue. We'll just kind of form as part of the. I think it's probably safety in numbers. We'll go in with them as part of their retinue.
So you walk in under the eaves of the entrance, the kind of entrance corridor really, and you can see they've got the woad tattoos that you've seen on the elves. So there are woad paintings and sigils down the hallway as you walk down through. There are really no. It's really dedicated to a social gathering place. So you walk down the hallway into the building proper, and there are pew upon pew in tiers of seating, with a central gathering place for you assume the main persons presenting whatever the meeting's been called for. But yeah, there's just tier upon tier of seating that all focuses down.
Not unsimilar to like a wooden cathedral. Maybe that's something I'm kind of related to.
Maybe probably like a baseball stadium, but under a roof. Yeah.
Okay. Like a senate.
Yeah, it's almost like a senate. Not as. You're welcome to kind of try and grab a seat somewhere.
Yeah, as I say, we'll stay with the Hollow Legion.
Yeah. So Ravana strolls straight into the small oval, which is at the centre of the pews. So she's not actually taking a seat, but she strolls in. There's an elderly-looking female elf, and they both clasp each other's wrists and warmly greet each other. And you see some other elders gathered around the front pews of the town hall, and they're just waiting for the place to fill up, really.
Surrounded by Hollow Legionnaires and elves, just like the old gypsy woman said.
It takes a good 15-20 minutes for this female elder to kind of look up, and you see her give a nod into the distance away up into the top of the town hall, and there's a really clear chime that kind of tinkles down through, a chime that gives like an ethereal note that tinkles down through the town hall, and slowly the hubbub and murmur of everybody talking drifts into silence, and she starts her speech. Welcome to a gathering of the Beast Clans, the first in a while. It's a great honour for us to have us gathered under one roof There are many matters to discuss, but first, order of the day, we have received emissaries who have been waiting patiently for a while for us to gather from the Gleaming Spire. Many of you know that the emissaries of the Hollow Legion have travelled amongst the Beast Clans on various errands, working with us and for us to various ends. I'm going to give the floor to Ravana because there is some disturbing news that she is bringing us, news that affects herself and the Hollow Legionnaires under her command directly. And she kind of gives a small, very slight bow and hands the floor to Ravana. And Ravana launches kind of cleanly and crisply into her own speech, where she describes the plight affecting the Hollow Legionnaires. So it's the first you've heard, but it seems like several patrols have left between different clan villages, and although some have made it to the villages, others have not been heard from in a good few days, which is rather worrying. In particular, one of her sergeants, Telk, has gone missing over at the Reed clan. They've not been heard for a while, and that's extremely worrying for her. She then describes kind of dreams that have been haunting one of the diplomats back at camp. Just trying to find the name, sorry. Rowan Smilingtail, who's not actually the oddness about this is Rowan is not actually a Hollow Legionnaire, but they're an Iron Bred from the Iron Court, and they're a cleric of Ankili, so they've actually been receiving visions which just repeats over and over nightly, which in and of itself is worrying, because the gods are known to speak through messages and divine what's the word I'm thinking of?
Inspiration.
Divine inspiration, yeah. And then she says...
So they speak through their priests and give them visions of everything. They're not particularly distant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this message is repeating nightly. They've just not managed to decipher it yet. Neither has Rowan. And then, even more disturbingly, as if these omens and portents weren't enough, she received word from some new visitors just yesterday that a disease was potentially stalking the Hollow Legionnaires, and you hear a murmur erupt among the elves at this news. And she holds her hand up for silence. She says, please, allow me to continue. The travellers had been in the company of a Hollow Legionnaire who, unfortunately, met his end during the journey, but they saw with their own eyes a malady that afflicted this Hollow Legionnaire even after their death. The travellers are here, and I now entreat them to present their evidence.
Malas looks around, kind of like, oh, I wonder who that's going to be.
I put my hand on Bukandra's shoulder because it's his tale to tell. So I'm going to put my hand on the shoulder and we're both going to walk forward together.
Hi. My name.
So as you launch, you feel the weight of 2,000 elven eyes turn upon you.
Hello. My name is Bukantra, and this is very intimidating. So you're scaring me a little bit. So I just want to say that I haven't done anything wrong, and I haven't killed anyone. In fact, I lost my friend, Dovith, who was lovely.
Look at me and just tell me the story. Don't look at them. Just look at me and tell me the story from the beginning.
That's going to take a while. So I'm just going to give you a summary. And the summary is that we went adventuring to help my friend Sudoku to go to his home. And there we found in my town that there was a Hollow Legionnaire who was very sick. And he told us that there was an illness and that the Hollow Legionnaires were dying and the numbers were dwindling. But my friend David wasn't really affected by this. So he was a little bit worried and concerned. So David and Biff were missed very much because they're dead now. But I have Biff's hand in my rucksack, but that's a different story. I'll tell you later. So anyway,
there's a shocked
went
and
out.
outraged murmur spins around the hall.
Hey, don't judge me. You don't know my circumstances. Stop it. Just say that you're intimidating me. You're scaring me now. So anyway, we went out to try to figure out what's going on because David was lovely and he had a great sense of humor that he kept all to himself. But that was fine because I knew deep inside that he was nice. And I promised that I didn't want any more Hollow Legionnaires to die. So they said that maybe the elves here could help us, and because the gods are very good to you. And that's what happened. And that's why we're here now. And I don't want you to die.
This is where I feel I can pick up the story. I met Akanja and Bronzebeard on the road to the encampment of the Hollow Legionnaires. On our way here, we've experienced several events which worry me greatly. Now, one of the reasons why I was sent for my order of the Silver Hand was that there have been experiences of a rise of proliferation of undead and unearthly creatures in the area. Yeah, and I was to investigate. This is what I found. So after leaving the road, we happened upon what we could only describe at the time as bandits, although I very much doubt that they were. We followed them until they managed to lose us. What we did find in their stead was several sashes with different emblems upon them, some of those which were sodden with blood, and a figurine that troubled me greatly. Now, I don't wish to kind of mention her name in this hall. Suffice to say, she is a lady of snakes and has been killed, I thought. Later, on our way here, we were able to experience a river filled with thick, viscous blood and undead creatures of ill intent crawling out of that river. We dispatched them. Later, we also came across several other things which troubled us greatly, one of which being blood moths living around this blood, this viscous river. And with that being said, we have had several uneasy tales of things happening from not only Picandra and his experiences getting this far from the Bard Carnival, such as zombies being spotted in the woods and them themselves being attacked by strange creatures. Well, the most interesting of these was the fact that we were attacked by trees.
Yeah.
Vacuous, unearthly, disgusting plant life, which had again attached itself to one of the Hollow Legionnaires and was breeding inside it. This wasn't the worst of our experience, though. One of our party, who isn't here with us now, was able to remove, through strange means, this horrible, desiccated plant from the Hollow Legionnaires chest, and we were able to kind of bring him back to his encampment. But in doing so, we released a demonic creature of ill intent, which my brave friend here, Kandra, managed to dispatch very heroically with a single shot. But again, had he not done so, I feel that this creature could have gone on to do much more damage. So it seems we're in the midst of something that is quite troubling. And if we don't do something about it now, it could have dire effects both for the Hollow Legionnaires, but also yourselves and the rest of the nations within the Scarlands. So I entreat upon you, when you come to decisions and discuss what to do next, you think very hard within yourselves as to not only what will benefit you, but what will benefit the ecologies around you and those living within it. At which point, you step back.
Before you step back, Gravlith, and it's the Elven Elder, you've caught her name in amongst this as Jonna.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, these encounters, were they below the eaves of the Ganges?
They were indeed, and throughout.
Troubling news indeed. Our cousins in the Ganges have passed word of more and more troubles that they're needing to contend with. None have thankfully come close to approaching Viratry as of yet. But it does indeed seem even in the Ganges the danger is on the rise. Well, you've heard the words of our diplomats and their witnesses, members of the Beast Clans. We know ourselves that creatures of the Hornsaw Forest are becoming more and more active. The cults of Mormor seem more and more prevalent, and we're having to put them down with even more tenor than previously. All I can do at the moment really is consult with our elders. So it's going to be time to adjourn the meeting. I will consult with their elders, and the elders will consult with yourselves, and we will consider the path ahead for the Beast Clans, for the Broad Reach, and indeed for the Hollow Legionnaires. Meeting adjourned, and there's just a big hubbub. Everybody starts to talk at once. You can see Ravana looks kind of slightly dejected, I guess, but you know, accepting it's little more than she expected, really. And she nods at yourselves, spins on a heel, and starts to march off with her party in tow.
Right. I'm confused.
Oh, we're not dead, so it can't be that bad.
I told you I'm not useless, but I'm confused. Why couldn't I say anything about the Legionnaires dying, but she could say it and nothing happened?
It's more to do with intonation, Vakanda. Sometimes people can say things in ways that we often find difficult. They have a subtext to what they're saying, which
I think I said the things I said very well.
It means in subtlety that sometimes people like you and I don't often carry. This is why they call them diplomats.
Okay.
I think all our friends. I think we still have matters to discuss with them.
Well, I think I was very diplomatic and I said the right things.
Well, you did very well, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I left a few details off so you could tell them.
Let's see if they've got any beer.
Okay.
It's the right answer.
I'll lead them after Ravana.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't want beer.
Yeah, so you can see the Rindle is kind of trailing the group, looking slightly distracted. His glasses are perched on his nose, and he's still scribbling even as he's walking, kind of deftly, just intuitively dodging elves that are gathering. So he's at the rear of the group, but they swiftly make their way outside. and Ravana kind of pauses outside to look up at the sunlight.
I walk up to her.
Yeah, she looks back down at you.
I hope that went well for you. I hope I didn't say anything to embarrass you or kind of give you information that was not pertinent.
No, you all conveyed yourselves very well. I can't thank you enough, really. I don't think it went any better or worse than I expected. Just regretful that it did go as I did expect.
Well, hopefully that we won't be asking where was the horse clan when the Hollow Knights fell.
Indeed. Look, it's going to take them days to deliberate this. I can imagine the elders need to speak to the beast clans. That means emissaries or riders will need to be sent to the villages.
I don't think we have days. I mean, the action needs to be taken now.
Well, this leads me to the kind of serendipitous moment of your arrival, really. With so many Hollow Legionnaires disappearing, and yourselves having first-hand experience of the troubles availing us.
Do you want to go and look for Sergeant Task? Is this what you're saying?
How would you feel about me hiring your services to look for Sergeant Task? Yes.
Fantastic. It's fantastic. If we could agree a rate per day, and are you the best person to speak to that, or do you delegate?
I can offer you 50 gold each.
50 gold? I think that's fair. Of course, if we encounter severe danger, we reserve the right to renegotiate. Just standard practice, I'm sure you understand.
Look, in that case, let's call it 75 gold with no renegotiation.
Oh, you drive a hard bargain. I can see why they send you out.
Yes, we can.
I have a question. How much beer can you get with 75 gold coins?
Ooh. Several hundred pints of mead.
I may have to buy my friend some because I have to make up for some mistake that this morning. So I just want to make sure that with the amount of money I can buy my friend Malus a lot of beer.
75 gold a piece. 3 of us now and paying for 3 at the end. Yes, I believe we have an accord. Fantastic. Do you have any particular direction that you think we should look in first?
Yes, head to the Reed clan.
Reed clan, which would be?
To the east. Speak to the elves, they'll be able to point in the right direction.
Wouldn't want to get lost in the reeds.
Indeed.
We need horses and a means to communicate with you. I don't know.
This is in addition to the 75 gold.
You get them back when we finish the job.
And if I don't?
If you don't, I will repay you. In every case.
I can provide you with riding horses.
Mm-hmm.
Not Legion war horses.
Right, that's okay. Well, a means to communicate with you instantly, do we have that? Is that an ability that you have?
I can give you one of our trained birds.
Good. Good. I've got a feeling that things are going to get very, very dark before they get better again.
You say that, Gravlith. I have a feeling that you, let's say, are on the darker side of...
I've seen it with my own eyes. I know what is out there. And I hold no hope.
You think I haven't? I'm a fallen spirit, reborn again into a suit of armour to right a wrong somewhere.
Yes, but have you seen true evil? You stared into the face of darkness.
On occasion.
Then you know what I'm talking about.
Indeed.
You cannot go into
we were leaving for the Reed clan and not getting lost in the reeds and not having a my ship is bigger than your ship discussion, which I assume is what this is. But I'll leave you to it and go and which stable were the riding horses in?
She doesn't even look. She points over to the east of the inn.
As Malice leaves, he like stops at the halfling, who I assume is still scribbling, and just goes like, "Gravleth said he'd reimburse. Yeah."
Sorry, the riding horse. Yes, the beast clan won't supply you. You'll need to visit our encampment to gather the riding horses.
I'll go and pack up my room then, or just generally.
And Dradoki's like, "You forgetting something, laddies?"
I don't know, Picandra, are you?
No.
Taking me home?
Oh yeah, of course we're taking you home. How far is it?
Well, good 3 or 4 days journey into the Broad Reach.
Oh, that's nothing. It's in the way there. Come on, we can take you home.
Isn't it? Saving one legion.
Why can't we do both things? But anyway, Sudoku, why don't you come with us as well? Because I could do with another friend. And I think you're so strong and noble. I think where we're going is pretty much on the way to your home. So it's only going to be a little detour.
Give me... well, Ravana's like, look, you can play it however you like. I understand that you have an agreement with Dradoki, so if you need to take time to take Dradoki home, then that's fine. Do that first, and then pick up Telk's trail. But give me a diplomacy check, Picandra.
Don't have diplomacy anywhere.
I assume persuasion?
Yeah, sorry, persuasion.
Would be the closest kind of analog.
Okay. 10, so just about.
Look, I've had a rough time of it in this place. I just want to go home.
I understand. Okay, I'll tell you what, why don't we take you home then? And then we can go and save the world. That's fine. So it's a pity because I thought that, you might want your name to be associated to the mission that saved all the Hollow Legionnaires ever. And the Sudoku would be remembered as being one of the greatest saviors ever.
I've had some bad news. I've done lots of things. I fought the Divine War. I'm tired. I'm tired. And
I love you.
This place in particular has taken it out of me.
Fine, we'll take you home and then we'll save the world.
Thank you for listening, Picandra.
Of course, you know that you're very special to me. You're the only dwarf I know, and therefore you are unique.
Well, you're soon to meet a whole clan of wood dwarves.
Yeah, but they're not going to be you, are they?
No, some are younger and more vibrant.
No, I don't care. I like you. I think you're going to be my favorite dwarf.
You've grown to have a special place in my heart, also, Picandra.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
You gathering your things?
I probably come back fairly quickly because I think the only thing I left in my room was like a satchel and a spare pair of boots.
Yeah. Oh. Spyglass. What are you gonna do about spyglass?
When we're heading out, I'll just explain that I'm heading out on a mission. I will be back.
Yeah.
It just may be several days.
Understood. We'll hold it here for you.
Fantastic, very kind of you, and thank you. And then I
get the horses excited like a brony going to a My Little Pony convention.
Why, Terry? Why would you? Why? Of all the descriptors in the English language, why that one? What have we done to you?
That has to be the quote of the campaign.
No, I'm excited to get a paladin with a horse. There's no paladin at all, so I'm excited to get a horse.
Oh, wow.
I need to make a sanity check. It's not in game, just in real life. Just
Okay. Yes, like Ravana said, the ponies. I nearly said something else. Then are at the Legion encampment.
We've gone from more horses to riding horses to ponies. This is not going.
No, they're not pony. They are riding horses. Yeah. But
Is there a pink one? I want a pink.
pony was the safest word at that moment. No, there are no pink riding horses.
We'll get some pink chalk and
Some glitter.
glitter.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh wow.
Very happy horses. I'm going to get some bags and some feed and make sure they're well taken care of.
So you can gather most of the things that you'll need. If you wanted any additional things in the Horse Clan village, now is the time to grab it. Like I say, there is an apothecary. They do make potions, so you can grab yourself some potions and things if you wish to.
Okay, do they do healing potions?
Yes, they do.
Okay, are they expensive?
No. They're quite a common commodity in these parts because there are plenty of herbs to make them from.
Okay, so how much?
We'll put them down. I think they're 50 gold normally, aren't they?
Okay, cool. No way I'm affording that.
Let me double check.
Yeah, they're 50 gold as standard, but like...
Yeah, so they're coming in this place. They're quite a common commodity. They're coming at 35 in here.
Yeah, still far too much for... Too rich for my blood at the moment. All my loot's back on my ship where it's safe.
You're a pirate. Aren't you supposed to take the things you want?
Yeah, but this place has decent mead, so... Little column A, little column B.
They can offer you some healing herbs, which when crushed down and made into a paste, will certainly help you when you're taking rest.
Okay, how much is that?
So a pouch of those is 5 gold.
Okay, I'll have one of those. I will tell them in depth. I will allude to the fact that, yeah, where it's crunched down and then with your dying breath. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah, so it won't actually rescue, it won't kind of rescue, close over wounds and rescue at the point of death. It's more the fact that when you get to rest and deal with your injuries then, they will certainly have an effect.
Okay.
Then they need a little time to take effect.
One other thing, if I may, I'm going to leave with the Hollow Legionnaires a description of our travelling companion that's no longer with us.
Yeah.
And ask them to instruct her if she's at all interested or bothered as to where we've gone and which way we've headed.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Right. We got horses. Kanja's actually going to have to be able to ride a horse for the first time, which is going to be cool.
Well,
Well,
I think
if they want to.
Well,
Yeah,
I think I think so because it's something good to learn. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking. So the herbs, Alex, will they will stabilize a character when applied.
Is it basically a healing kit? Or does it do something else?
No, it's not a healing kit. So they'll stabilize a character.
Yep.
And they'll also grant a bonus hit dice when you spend a hit dice during a short rest.
Awesome. There we go.
So you
Now
don't
we're
need
cooking
to
with
spend-
guys.
You won't need to spend a hit. If you spend a hit die, you get a bonus hit die.
Cool. Malas kind of stares at the horse.
Yeah.
In the kind of like, it kind of computes, but there's a deep suspicion. If questions,
The figurehead on the front.
they're dangerous at both ends and crafty in the middle.
Well, I'll just leave you to get acquainted for them.
So, I mean, like I say, you've got time to gather anything you want to at the Horse Clan village, but by the time you do arrive at the Hollow Legionnaire encampment, then Ravana has ensured that the horse is already ready for you. They have several days of feed, and she's even provided trail rations for yourselves as well.
That's fantastic. That's all I need.
I climb onto my horse with my very long arms and look deeply uncomfortable.
Would you like a Legionnaire's tent or anything?
That's a good idea. Yeah. Yes, we would. And that would be very good of you to kind of lend that to us. Yeah. You'll obviously have to show us how to construct it, because that's not something I've done before. But yeah, thank you.
Well, we can spend some time doing that if you wish.
Okay. I'll go for some tutorage then, and putting up of.
Yeah, so she instructed a couple of Legionnaires to show you how to pitch. It's a 4-person tent that she gives you. She also provides you with like a basic Legionnaire's expedition kit, which includes like a fire starter, so you each get one of those. Any other utensils that you might need. It kind of sends you into the field really as if you are Legionnaires on a military expedition.
So essentially, we've got full pack and webbing.
Yeah. And your 24-hour ration pack.
What size boots are you? 7? Here's us 5. Make do.
I'll eat the Mars bar now.
And I think at that, I'm going to leave, unless anybody wants to add anything, I'm going to end the stream quite early because I'd like to have Liz catch up at this sort of point rather than enter. Halfway through
We entered and left a settlement within a session.
Yes, you did, yes.
It's possible.
And you took on a quest. Woo!
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll leave the bronies and ponies behind.
Why would you bring it up again? Why?
Because it was hilarious. Like I say, it's the quote of the campaign for me, definitely. But thanks. Sorry, Terry. Go on, Terry.
Was it? I said we'll get it on the t-shirt.
Yes. I think that's a topic for the next discussion. Thanks for joining us tonight, viewers. We're still enjoying, obviously loving the campaign. Thanks for having us on Onyx Path. You can find me on Twitter at KP Langos. You can find Red Scar Gaming at Red Scar Gaming, where we talk about all sorts of stuff. I'll hand over to everybody else to say goodbye.
Be sure to follow Red Skies Gaming on Twitch as well. We do regular dev talks with members of the RPG community. We had B-Day Walters on and Rob Schwalp on talking about their new projects. And we've got some interesting people lined up for the next coming months. So be sure to check that out. The video on demand's always available. And that's on the first Friday of the month.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.